Your last clear chance for fantastic savings. That's what it is.
Would you...
What?
Can't look at you. The National Safety Council.
Oh.
Jack Kevorkian throws a tailgating party.
Saved some for me. Oh, look, the Pepto-Bismol car.
Never let this happen to you. Don't make the mistake these people made. Don't die.
When lilacs last and the dooryard bloomed,
I suppose I should have gone in for a few minutes. But I just couldn't do it.
Because of the tear in the sprocket hole.
Burying someone from a family, someone cut down in the prime of life.
Is one of the perks of this
Well,
job.
it's hard to take. I could say goodbye from here.
Goodbye! Oh.
Besides, I could do more good out on the road. I could keep trying to prevent other people from killing themselves in their cars.
Don't cry out
Bringing to
loud.
other families, like the
Let's keep
Dixons
it
in there,
inside.
that heartbreak that never quite heals.
Like psoriasis.
It was hard to believe that just a few days before,
I was being spanked by
the
Rod and
Dixon
Kuhn.
family had been as happy and contented a group of people as you'd find anywhere.
And then I showed up.
Frank Jr. had just come home from college to give his dad a little help on the farm for the summer.
Ever since the heart attack, Dad thought he was a basket weaver.
He was a chip off the old block, studying scientific agriculture at school, and getting ready to follow in his dad's footsteps.
Longer than there have been stars.
Frank's girl, Betty Hutchins, had been waiting for him, of course.
Of course.
Everyone knew they'd be getting married before too long.
When will we be getting married?
For too long.
Mr. Dixon's new tractor had just arrived down at the Union Pacific freight station, and they all went down to inspect it.
You can guess there's not much going on in
His
this town.
brother, Alan, and just taken his driving test a week before. Alan sure wanted to drive his dad's new tractor, but until he actually received the license, Dad Dixon wasn't letting him on the highway. Not even on a tractor.
Well, you're not ready for the high life yet. These are fruits you must not taste.
Me? Oh, do we dare?
I feel so free.
He's off the ramp.
Hair blown in the wind.
The UP station agent had reminded Frank that the 411 Streamliner was due any minute. And, of course, with Betty there, he wasn't taking chances anyway.
Of course, when he's with Cindy, he don't
Everyone
care.
was that careful all the time. Well, a lot of people in the cemeteries would be alive today.
That's all I'm saying. Hey, my advocate is here.
It was the next Monday that Alan Dixon's first driver's license arrived in a noon mail delivery. Boy, was he proud of that license. He couldn't wait to show it to his brother.
My arm's caught. Be right there.
Your first license is sort of a milestone. It means all the roads are now open to you.
What's
He
this
was
beautiful
proud of the license,
day?
naturally. And just as naturally, wanted to make use of it on any errand that his dad or his mother or his grandfather
I
could
danced with Flo Ziegfeld, you know?
The only trouble was, I had to choose that moment to drive in and spoil things.
Oh, it's the heat. Hide the
Of course,
stash.
when you've known a family as long as I'd known the Dixons, they don't treat you as a cop, but as a friend.
I thought we were all paid up.
Gonna need another 50. Real shame if something happened to this land.
Looks like you're going to have another Dixon to worry about, huh? Alan got his driver's license.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, my
Well, let me see it, would you?
You bet.
You see that? You're not a black female.
Well, I guess that makes it official. When'd you get it?
Just came today.
Oh, just today, huh? Why'd I see you out driving on Highway 30 yesterday morning?
I have no son.
This is my fault. I let him take the car to go and see his girl. I'm sorry.
Oh, he shouldn't have.
Fine way to be starting your driving career. Violation already.
You're spending the night in the barn with your crazy cousin.
Sorry.
Well, it's only a technical violation. I didn't come here to arrest you, Alan. I knew you'd be getting that license any day now, and I thought this would be a good time to come by and tell you a few of the facts of life about driving before you get started.
You see, when a man loves a car very much, you recline the seat back. You take
Now,
the car...
these are accident reports from my headquarters.
Officer, is this going to take long?
Each figure represents someone injured or killed in the
We got a crop out in the field. We got to cut
city streets,
It's getting late.
farm roads,
We really got to
highways, and railroad
We got to mow that hay down before we got to get it to
All the
market.
facts and figures are here.
Lose a lot of money if we don't.
Well, some of them you've read about in the papers.
Others we hushed up.
Big, spectacular crashes caused by terrific speed, or drunk driving, or some other form of what I call near insanity.
Stop the near
But
insanity.
most people only squeeze the law a little. At stop signs, in restricted speed zones, and the like. Little violations that most people get away with time after time. Maybe getting a ticket or a warning like Frank Jr. did.
Iowa
But
PD
without
Blue.
getting hurt. But those little violations, those little chances you take day by day, that's where you start playing roulette with your life. You're taking a big gamble with your life. When you violate a no passing line on the road.
Whoa!
My earlobes won't stop growing.
You're taking a big chance on the car in front when you follow too closely at highway speeds. Maybe a man will do these things 100 times in perfect safety.
Oh, the odds are pretty good.
Squeeze the law, and nothing happens. But don't forget that other law, the law of average.
I regret nothing.
Sooner or later, it catches up with you. Now, this accident was number one for the driver involved. First one he'd ever had. But it was his last one, too. He took one little chance too many.
Ironic.
Frank is taking too many chances in his car.
Mother, no.
Oh, he'll be all right. Won't he, Al?
He'll be all right if he takes to heart what I told him about signs. Signs of life. That's what stop signs and all the other road signs really are. And missing one of them as you drive along, or just ignoring it,
Anybody know this guy?
well, that's one of those little things that kills people.
The world made sense an
Wherever
hour
there's
ago.
a hazard on the road, there's usually a sign to tell you about it, like a curve warning, or a right-of-way sign, narrow bridge, signals ahead, do not enter, no pass,
Doesn't mean a thing.
and many others.
All nude girls.
Whites only.
But for too many drivers, a stop sign like this, for example,
Is a target.
has no importance unless they can see cars crossing the road ahead right now. A school crossing sign. For some drivers, seems to mean little or nothing. Unless there are children actually crossing the street at that moment. As for railroad crossings,
Forget 'em.
some drivers act as if the warning signs and tracks don't even exist.
Nope.
Unless there's a streamliner passing by right in front of them.
Dirty Mary and Crazy Larry, no!
Hard as it is to believe, there are many accidents where the driver ran past 3 warning signs and straight into the side of a moving train.
Ah, good riddance, I say.
Broad daylight. But it happens even more often at night. That's when the warning sign, the signal, the crossbuck are really your signs of life.
You see, son, we all die alone and
The sign
afraid.
is still there, but you have to be twice as alert to see it. If you hadn't seen the signs,
Boy, you haven't lived.
this train might come as a surprise to you.
The Soul Train!
Thank you very much, Clarissa.
Anytown, USA.
Traffic signs and signals that are so easy to see in the daylight become easier to miss as the sun goes down. Twilight is a dangerous time of day when things are half visible, half in deepening shadow.
Half
Main
naked.
Street at night becomes a maze of lights and neon signs, all
Huntersville.
competing with one another to catch your eye.
So don't ever go to the city. It's
But
dirty.
where's the traffic signal?
In your pants.
Oh, there it is. Almost lost against the other lights beyond.
God, I had some times in this town. Anyway,
Even the blinking red light of the railroad wigwag is hard to pick out sometimes.
build my youth like Chief Jen.
But
Anyway,
night or day, these are your signs of life, whose purpose is to keep you alive.
Even though you don't deserve it.
It's a strange thing, but some people actually resent traffic signs and traffic laws.
Well, we resent you being
no.
here.
Cramps their style. They figure rules are for the other fellow, not for good drivers like themselves.
they're communists.
Here's one like that.
Robert Bainbridge.
Bainbridge? From Meridian High?
Yeah.
Oh, I know him. I ran against him on the track team.
Well, do you know him like this?
No! No! Ah! Dear God, who are you? What are you?
I'm going to go throw myself in the thresher.
Yeah.
Even with sensible, safe driving
Kill the
people on a highway
rabbit.
as
Kill
smooth
the
as silk,
rabbit.
with no traffic lights and no intersections to worry about. You might wonder, where is the danger we keep talking about? Well, here's one danger.
Kidnapping.
Fatigue. On long trips, fatigue is a big hazard.
Oh.
You should stop at least once every hour. Get out, stretch your legs.
Take some
Get
bennies.
those cobwebs out of your head.
I gave him this.
Weariness slows down your reactions. And at 60 miles an hour or better, you can't afford it.
My life is a lie. Oh.
Don't love you, Martha.
Oops. Now they're Ma and Pa Topper.
And here is still another danger. Lack of attention to the road. Sure, it's an open highway. Maybe there aren't many cars.
Yeah, and I buried the victims right over
It
there.
only takes
Right
two
there.
to tango. 40% of all expressway accidents involve a car that has already stopped.
Driven by this guy.
On the road, part way on, or not far enough off. This is an invitation.
Look at that over there. There's some more of it, that thing.
Mr. President, please watch where you're going.
Whoa, almost ran over Kissinger. I'm going to have to go back.
Here is another hazard of our superhighways that we patrolmen see all too often.
Women drivers.
Every time you have to hit your brakes hard,
Saints
ask
cry.
yourself, why weren't you ready for the danger that suddenly developed?
40% of all accidents are caused by women's hinders.
A car suddenly pulls out without looking. It's always sudden, of course, and always surprising.
But never dull.
A man who decides at the last moment to make a
Grandma,
turn.
no!
The entering car that fails to yield the right of way.
The paid assassin cruising through town.
Well, sure, the other fellow's often wrong. And if he causes a crash, it's all his fault. But you may be dead just the same.
Would you please leave?
In a lot of accidents, it's pretty hard to tell just who is to blame, isn't it, Hal?
I ask you to talk.
Impossible to tell sometimes. But there's one
I want
kind of
my
accident where there's
din-dins.
never a single doubt. What's that? At a railroad crossing.
Yep. The train sure has the right of way.
Yeah, whatever.
You know, the railroad's been here for almost 4 generations. Every farm family in these parts uses the railroad to ship their crops. We all like to ride the train.
I like to pretend I'm an engineer.
But why is it so many people don't see the trains at the crossings? It seems impossible that anyone could fail to see or hear a train in motion.
What train?
The locomotive is certainly big enough, and the train of cars behind it may be as much as a mile long. And yet, many people who have lived through a crossing accident will say, where did the train come from?
That's what they say.
I never saw it until it was right on top of me. Where did it come from?
None of your beeswax.
Well, it came on the rails. It couldn't come from anywhere else.
Duh.
But if you paid no attention to the signs,
I hear it.
didn't look, and didn't listen,
And you deserve to
then
die.
to you it came out of nowhere. An approaching train starts the signal while it is still some distance away. Never try to guess how far away. Don't guess at all. And don't be impatient.
And don't get a haircut
because
like
the
that.
train's coming, and it can't stop.
Trains are blameless, holy creatures.
I have no feelings for you.
What?
This is a loveless relationship. I want out.
What?
I'm repulsed by your touch.
What?
Let me out right here. I hate you.
Ding, 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 ding.
Signal in action means that a condition of fatal danger exists at this moment, at this crossing. Maybe the last train you waited for was a slow freight. It took several minutes to cross. But the next one may be a fast freight, highballing to the coast on a tight schedule.
It has no time to stop for you corn-shucking crackers.
Remember that many freight trains today are faster than passenger trains of 15 years ago.
Wow!
Many crossings have more than one set of tracks, each one a separate hazard.
8,
When
9,
you cross,
10, 11.
Floss.
make sure all tracks are clear.
Don't trust anyone. Turn your back on hope and love.
Yes, don't let a double track double-cross you.
Ha ha ha. Little train joke.
Stop, look, and listen, the crossbuck says. All right,
Stop and roll.
let's listen.
Okay,
As
now
this
stop.
train approaches, let's see how close it comes before we hear it.
I think it would go something like this.
Wait for it.
Any moment.
Hmm?
And...
I'm the impish officer of death.
Now, where did that train come from?
the station.
Where does any train come from? Comes from the rails, of course.
Durhay.
And who gets killed at the crossing?
We all do.
Someone who's crossed that same track at the same place 1,000 times before.
I'm making
But just
choo-choos
one
in my
time.
pants.
One time is all it takes.
Quit kissing up.
Send for help. The cop won't leave.
It's Big Daddy's birthday. I've got life in me, Big Daddy.
Please speak to Frank about his driving. It worries me.
Okay, I will. I'll do it tonight.
This is the prequel to In Cold Blood. Cluttered.
I surrender, Hal. I give up. What's the charge?
Manslaughter.
Charge, Frank. I'm just giving Alan some free advice now that he's a licensed driver.
Boy, I remember that advice you gave me the other day at the stop sign.
Well, you keep it in mind.
I will. Dad, can I take the car into town now?
Okay, Alan, go ahead. But take it easy.
Well, I'll be real careful. Goodbye.
He'll be all right.
Let's get the guy going. Hey, maybe we better go along with him, make sure he gets there all right.
Okay, buy me soda.
Okay, fine. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Doesn't anybody do any chores on this farm?
Self-running.
So, there went Alan with his new driver's license, and Frank and Betty right behind, on as nice a summer day as you could wish for.
It's a good day to die.
Hi, clouds. Hi, trees. Say, you're a pretty cute road sign. Hi.
You know, I've got a feeling that one of these characters is about to see their own intestines.
Hey, look, that's my brother in that truck. What are the chances of that happening? Hi, brother.
Hey, the cop never said anything about doing intensely stupid things.
Never wave while driving.
Never look backwards while driving forward.
Never under any circumstances drive with your butt cheeks.
My plan's working. You will die. Keep going.
Back at you. Can I have your room?
Well, live and learn.
Say, nice butt.
Toro. I'm kidding.
Well, I'd tuck you in, but you're dead.
Gee, lady, sorry about your boyfriend. So, you want to have a drink? Maybe at the bar car over there. Oh, I suppose train joke is inappropriate. Sorry about that.
You know, son, 40% of all
Oh,
accidents...
shut up, will you?
Would you identify this bucket full of your brother?
Why don't they look, Ralph? Tell me. Why don't they look?
You're deep, Ernie.
No, I didn't go in. Burying someone like young Frank Dixon is too hard to take.
Besides, I hate to shovel.
Maybe I could just slip over there for dessert.
My place
Nah, I might
was
look
out
bad.
on the road. Out on the road, I could at least try to keep other people from killing themselves in their cars.
Oh, you're doing a great job.
So if the next car I stop happens to be yours,
Set a place for me at your dinner table.
don't tell me you were only speeding a little, only breaking the law a little, only doing something a little bit wrong. Save that for somebody else, brother.
Oh, my God, he
Because I
snapped!
see too many little follies.
He's a bad cop
That
on the
end up with
loose.
Someone a little bit dead.
Now I'm going to grab a little bit of lunch.
Folks, we disavow anything to do with that officer. In fact, he was fired years ago.
That's right. Since his reign of terror, we've instituted a strict policy. Any officer appearing unannounced at a farmer's house will be severely reprimanded. Gargancho cop.
Oh, Dad. dead. People are dying every day.
They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. They're diddle diddle die dad. They're dead. They're doodle little doop dee dad. Dad.
They're dead.